Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. Entering play in the bottom of the second inning is 1-0 favor of the Regals as pitcher Megan Steinmeier takes to the plate. And quickly an 0-2 count on her. Lions trying to piece up Flincham. Got some good swings off on her in the bottom of the first inning, but nothing to show for it as Steinmeier stays alive with another swing.
Steinmeier had a great performance yesterday against Kowloon, bat 500, 10 at-bats with 5 hits, 4 RBIs to show for it.
0-2 once again from Flincham is well outside, ball 1.
We'll try and see Steinmeier take and fight off after going down 0-2 early. Already done a good job taking that one. See what she can do with this upcoming pitch.
1-2, Steinmeier swings at one high and away, and she'll be set down for the first out of the bottom of the second.
And I'll put my hand up for the commentator's curse there. To Megan Steinmeier, if you're listening, later on, I apologize for that.
Jasmine Lowry stands in, had one heck of a game about an hour ago versus MSJ. She rolls over on this one. Vargas will flip it all the way over to Waters across the diamond for a quick out number 2.
5-3 quickly.
Now batting the catcher number 8, Jordan Green.
An opportunity for Jordan Green, who got her first little couple at-bats only in the last game.
Yep, Jordan Green in the catcher role for this game number 2. First pitch she sees is sent in the air to left center field. This one's got some gas on it. It splits the gap. Green turns at first. She's going to be standing at the second pillow on the diamond with a 2-out double.
And what a double that was. She read that ball the whole way. Didn't give anyone any time to breathe. Lasers that one into left center. And maybe some life. Some 2-out magic here.
Number 1, the right fielder, Kaylee Wilson.
All it takes is a little bit of lightning. And Wilson looking to start down to the bottom of the lineup. Number 8-hole hitter. First pitch from Flincham is outside to make sure the umpire wasn't going to deliver a late call. I think that ball hit by Green caught Perez by surprise because he was a little slow jogging to the gap. That ball kept carrying out there. That will be a strike, though, just a little bit closer in, so to make it an even count 1-1.
Catcher Booth just had turned around for a brief moment, had a conversation with the umpire saying, how close was that one?
That one slashed out of play. Heads up in the on-deck circle to Kennedy Fatava. Fatava made a great diving play last half inning. Looking to get a chance here in the bottom of the second. Another one slashed out. That'll find its way onto the soccer pitch. I guess in season be the lacrosse field. Wilson steadies. Gets the 1-2 offering. And it's outside. Ball 2. Deuces go wild for the Lions. Runner on second. 2-2 the count with 2 down. Wilson is ready to slash it from the left-handed batter's box. Here it is. Chopper over to Vargas. Vargas can't handle it, though. So Wilson's going to be safe. Staying at second base, quite wisely, is Green. Going to be an error charged to Vargas.
Vargas just taking her eye off the ball. I think she thought she made the play before the ball even landed in her mitt.
Now,
She's got to be a little bit smarter than that, especially if you want to get past the Lions.
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that once or twice before. That's why I'm sitting up here.
I mean, it's such a routine play. It's going to happen every once or twice.
Oh, yeah. This one misses outside of Atala. She is getting the opportunity here with 2 on and 2 down. Would love a huge hit here from your number 9-hole hitter and turn to the top of the lineup where Maddie Speaks awaits.
Latava rounded out the lineup last time out against Kowloon last night. Bat 500, 6 at-bats, 3 hits, 3 runs as well. This was a wonderfully successful night for the Lions last night. Not seeing much of the same so far early, but a lot of ball game left to play.
Outfield is way in here as the 2-0 is taken on the outer half 2-1. It's specifically in right field, so if Vitava can just casually dump one over ahead, that is 2 runs scored.
Casual, of course.
Of course. Sometimes it doesn't take too much to muscle one.
Sometimes you can just casually hit an absolute bomb over the top. Casually, of course.
2-1 misses, making it 3 balls to 1 strike. Great hitters count for Kennedy here. And now, Flincham getting a visit from her shortstop Strong. Just a short little one. Three-one pitch on the way. Strike on the outer half. It'll run full. So runners get a head start here. They'll be going on first movement. Three-two. Chopper over Flincham's glove. That has some English on it. And able to hang with it as Strong. She tagged the bag, and they were trying to say that they tagged it in time, but no, it's going to be an infield single for Kennedy Vitava, and she does flip the page to the top of the lineup. Now the infield is going to converge for a meeting here.
And I just think that slapper, great stuff getting over the top of the pitcher, but I think that the shortstop just didn't quite have it secured in her glove when she went for the tag. But now an opportunity at the top of the order once more.
Number 24, the shortstop, Maddie Speaks.
Huge opportunity here for the Lions. Obviously, you got to have some of that clutch gene in because there are 2 away. But you would love to at least get 1 right now and tie up the ball game. Take some ease off of Steinmeier's mind. Infield's going to come in here. First pitch is high. Speaks watches it go by. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch is a strike just on the outer half, making it even. Flincham steps back onto the rubber, gets the sign from Booth. 1-1. Sent in the air, out of play. It'll land right into the Lions dugout. Bullpen. 1-2 the count.
Speaks needs to try and find her way back into this one, whether it's fouling out or just taking some tough choices to get a ball.
Just touch outside. Great eye by Speaks as she'll earn herself a 2-2 count.
Needs to find a way to get on the pads, whether that's a walk or batting someone in. Anything to make this game even or go ahead of the Regals.
2-2 on the ground, right to Flincham. She'll toss it over to Waters, and the side retired. Lions can't get a 2-out rally going. They strand the bases loaded. We go to the top half of the third. Lions trail 1-0. You're watching Piedmont softball on YouTube.
Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. My name is Chloe Spradlin. With me, Eric Edmondson. Here in the press box as Steinmeier delivers her first pitch, but it'll be over to Speaks. A long throw to Kara Taylor. Calls out.
Now batting number 23, Olivia Vargas.
Good.
Calls out Desmet.
Good attempt to split the hole there by Perez, but even better throw by Speaks and a great stretch by Taylor over there.
Making that one look routine. I'm sure they've practiced that a ton over these last couple weeks of preseason. We see Vargas step up.
Vargas really squared one up last time. That was that single into center field that bounced right in front of Nerva.
So the 0-1 is Vargas shows bunt, but we know better by now, and it'll be routine 4-3.
Another hard hit ball by Vargas. A shot for her as this game continues on.
This could be a very quick 1-2-3. Jessica Waters stepping up, had walked her last time out, so this will be perhaps her first registered at bat. We'll have to wait and find out. Gets some grip with the dirt and steps into the box. Will be a outside call. 1-0. We see the outfielders going way back after Waters last night hit a couple bombs over the top. 1-0 turns into a 2-0 count. And now we're starting to see some of the infielders backing up. They're expecting a bomb here. Will it be with the 2-0? Outside corner, high for strike one. 2-1 with 2 outs. Seeing a wardrobe change of many of the players now on the field, even some of the coaches as well. As this one makes the deuces go wild. It's pretty warm out now. The sun's starting to really do some damage. We're sitting in the press box. We got a window behind us, and both of our backs are absolutely on fire as this one has popped up way high. Looks like it'll be, an unfortunate slip up from Wilson. Tries to catch the ball, and it will be called an error. Just the sun doing way too much.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be brought up in next practice. That's the second time that exact same play has happened today. It happened earlier in game number 1 for the Lady Lions. That exact same play where Lowry goes back and Wilson comes in to call off Lowry, and Wilson loses in the sun. So that's definitely going to be discussed.
So now Diaz, who steps up, was walked on her last at-bat. Fouls on this one. 0-1. Was on base and was called out on a fielder's choice.
She got hit by a dead ball, yeah.
See the outfield stepping up just a little bit, but the infield staying out back. 1-1. Gotta love the parents and fans here at the Walker Athletic Complex. They'll say anything to cheer on their team. Goes for ball 3. That's ball 2, pardon me. Low in the zone for ball 3. Just a very tense chess match we're witnessing here, Eric.
Yeah, Steinmeier still trying to find a way to eat and nibble around the corners. Like right there. She's just trying to find where she can paint. And unfortunately, as to much of the chagrin of the crowd, the strike zone is not very favorable to her right now.
No. Full count pitch, the payoff. Slapper, and will reach all the way to Kara Taylor for the 5-3. And so that will end what was a little bit of a nervous inning there, but Steinmeier able to get out of it. Now the Lions up to bat. Will they able to get anything out? Let's find out. Stay tuned with us on Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics. Hartley Nerva up to bat. Was put out in a 1-3 last time out. She'll once again go against Flitcham inside the circle. Receives her first pitch. She'll take that one high for ball one. Lions unable to get much going offensively.
No, they've run into a little bit of unluckiness as well. They've squared up the ball pretty good, but sometimes you just put the barrel on the wrong side of the ball.
Because this one pops up way high in foul territory, but will be caught with a extra dive on top of it by the shortstop. So, good play. Shortstop strong, running way out for that one.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 31, Kara Taylor.
And it's Kara Taylor stepping up now.
And like I was saying, they've been able to get some good barrels, get some good contact, but unfortunately they're missing just by a millimeter or so where it's getting pounded into the dirt, or, like what just happened there, sent way up into the air.
And the check swing from Kara Taylor does cross the plate, and she receives word from Coach Martin saying, hey, if you're going to swing at that, then go ahead and swing for it, and we'll see her swing for it there. Or she'll receive her second single, going 2 for 2 in this ballgame.
Yeah, Kara Taylor is one of the Lions batters who has not been fooled in the slightest by Flintsham.
Nicely.
Caitlin Izey up to bat now, was struck out swinging. But that moment right there is why you listen to Coach Martin. 26 seasons at Piedmont. I think, I have a hunch
he knows a thing or two.
Yeah, I've got a hunch he knows what he's doing. Caitlin Isley struck out swinging last time. We'll take her first pitch and her second at bat. And we'll take it strike.
Keep an eye on Taylor here. Don't know if she's exactly going to try to swipe a bag, but wouldn't be surprised if you find her in the middle of the running lane.
It looked like she was just inching over.
She's trying to get in the head of Booth behind the plate. Just let her know that she's alive and well over there on the first base bag.
Booth, or pardon me, that's Flintsham, delivering to Booth for ball 2. Flintsham approaching 50 pitches. It's been pretty efficient, other than that one moment of trimmer where there's a couple left on, but nothing to show for it offensively for the Lions as another foul goes over the press box. 2-2 the count. I
wonder if the strategy for Coach Martin is going to switch at any point here in either this inning or the next, where the Lions would transition to more of their small ball approach that we saw versus MSJ.
And this ball goes way high up and over, and looked like it did bounce at first, and they will.
That was a good save by Strong out there. Throw was intended for Desmond, but Strong just happened to be in the same neighborhood. Now Coach Martin out to have a conversation with the field umpire, as that was a very bang play, because it was intended for Desmond, but Strong just happened to step in, was able to get the left foot on the bag. At least that's what the field umpire is going to tell home plate umpire. Going to tell him what he saw, and yep, it's going to be confirmed out.
And they will call Kara Taylor out, fielder's choice.
Now,
so Isley is now on first base. And Steinmeier, who is pitching, will now face the other pitcher. Enters the bat. I'm curious to see if they will go into that small ball approach. I don't think they'll do it just yet. They've been able to get contact, but nothing strong enough to have anyone cross the plate. So we'll see the first pitch go ball one.
Steinmeier going to look to be a little bit more patient here. Went down swinging last time, and she was chasing some pitches a little too high where she could make contact with them. So definitely look to see her a lot more patient this AB.
We'll see Caitlin Isley go for the steal, and she steals it standing. Opts not to slide. It was probably a good decision there. So now a runner in scoring position. Steinmeier. Maybe this could be the time where you start to see some more small ball.
You're in a great hitter's count if you're Steinmeier. You got to wait for the pitch to come to you, though. Can't jump out of your shoes.
And looks like beautiful blooper, and it will be a single with Caitlin Isley stepping over the plate. Tie ball game. And Eric, I think you're a genius.
Beautiful piece of hitting there by Steinmeier. She didn't try to swing out of her shoes on that one. She knew that she was going to have to, if that Fletcher was going to have to come to her, and she was able to muscle out a ball just over the outstretched glove of Desmond.
Jasmine Lowry coming up now. Lowry, very prolific hitter for the Lions. Now she's got a runner not quite in scoring position, but any sort of play on the ground or a blooper like we saw on the pitch prior could make something happen here, but she'll take that first strike swinging for an 0-1.
Lowry grounded out her last time up, but still able to make good contact on it, so wouldn't be surprised if we absolutely pieced somewhere to a gap here, just like we've seen from Taylor a couple times. And while Steinmeier didn't exactly get all of that ball, she still was able to get enough off the inner part of the barrel.
Especially with the way that sun has been causing havoc all day. Anything up in the air, can't really complain too much about it. 2-1 to count now. She's going for swings, no sorts of bunts. Of course, difficult time to go for a bunt. Goes for the high swing, and it goes to left center. Over the top of Perez. We're seeing everyone run. That's Steinmeier making her way, and it's Jasmine Lowry with a little celebration on top of the second base bag.
Graceful as a giraffe on ice there.
We saw Green, who it's so funny when this happens, when you have a catcher is about to go up to bat, but with the 2-out scenario, you see them halfway getting ready on the on-deck circle, but their lower half of their body is covered in all their gear.
I love this for Green. Green doubled last time she was up against Flincham. I guarantee that's what this conference is about. It's like, look, this girl hit you hard last time you were up, or she was up, so be careful where you're going to put this, because you don't want this to avalanche on you, as the Lions have stolen the lead away in a matter of just 2 batters.
And we see a conversation for Flincham. Necessary conversation, as there's been a bit of a 2-out rally as the Lions have taken the lead in this inning. Now Green will step up.
This is what the Lions felt like was so close for them to achieve over the past couple innings. They were able to make this contact. They stranded the bases loaded last inning, and now you're seeing them start to piece some things together, start to have better at-bats and have better approaches to the plate against Flincham.
Green takes her first pitch low for ball 1. Lowry at second. She can run. The momentum pendulum has shifted far to the side of the Lions. That pitch.
Yeah, like you said, Chloe, she can run out there on second. I wouldn't mind seeing an aggressive swipe of third here. You've got the lead. You have a batter at the plate who's been able to see Flincham pretty well. So if you can upset the balance of the Regals even more, you can do it right now.
It looked like Lowry was looking for it. And we just keep an eye on this. Just saw Coach Martin take a look at Lowry and nod his head. Difficult to go for it with 2 outs, though. And it will be a walk. 4-pitch walk, 2 men on. And now Wilson will come up. She reached on error her last time out.
Yeah, and if you are the Regals, you have to take a timeout, a mound visit right now, as the Lions have really started to figure Flincham out.
Yeah, they in the bottom of the third. Seeing the conversation here, doesn't look like there will be any changes. Don't see anyone warming up.
Now this is just the Regals coach going out there and saying, "Look, you've had these girls for 2 innings. Go back to your regular stuff. Trust your stuff, because the second, with the way that she's pitching to the ground ball more than anything, Flincham has to rely on her stuff being in the zone. Get that she starts to get more walks, like you saw with Jordan Green. And you're going to see more left over the plane of the plate that they're able to see better.
And it's times like these where it can feel really overwhelming for your pitcher, but you have to really just take a step back and say, okay, we've got 2 outs, and they've only scored 2 runs. They're only up by 1, and the Regals offense has been pitching pretty well, playing pretty well, that is. Lowry playing a little dangerous game, but
Booth was about to, she faked a throw down to second base, and I think Flincham a little bit of a scare.
1-0, slapped, foul, and will stay foul. It was Chavez who was running towards it, but couldn't quite get a dive.
Love that idea by Wilson to just try to do an ambush slap, get everybody off balance, and see if you can put one down the left field line. Albeit it would be a little bit more of a slim chance for a score from second base for Lowry, but I'd love to see the wheels in action.
1-1 pitch. Incoming. That's called just outside. Oh, that was tight.
Yeah, if you're Flincham, you really want that one.
I had to hesitate for a moment because at any moment I felt the umpire could put up her fist. 2-1. That one, same spot, puts the deuces wild. And actually, one thing I'm noticing in the crowd here is a Piedmont softball alum, Michaela Caseda's here. She's here. She's down there. Was quite the captain, quite the leader for the Lions. And a hard swing and miss. Strands 2 for the Lions. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. 2 left on base, but take the lead. So now we'll go to the top with Steinmeier entering the circle once more. Come back with us. You're listening to Piedmont University Softball on YouTube.
Welcome back inside the press box at the WAC. Lions now lead the Regals 2-1 after a great bottom of the third inning. Steinmeier looks to protect that lead as when she goes out, she will face off against Booth, Chavez, and Strong. That's 6, 7, and 8 of this Regal lineup. And Chloe, the Lions' last half inning had a really good approach versus Flincham finally cracking through.
Yeah, they did. It was great success. Left 2-1, unfortunately, but still took the lead and really started to crack that puzzle against Flincham. Meanwhile, the Regals have had a little bit of Steinmeier's number. We'll see if she's able to clean it up. She was a part of that onslaught with the RBI single.
Steinmeier yet to have a clean inning, albeit the last inning would have been clean had not been for an error, but didn't hurt anybody, so we're not mad about it.
Just had a lot of conversations with Green behind the plate. We'll see if they're able to clean up a bit of their chemistry. We'll expect them to believe this is the first time we've seen this catcher-pitcher duo this season, so expect to see it far more.
So I'll have a change here. Explain that momentarily. Steinmeier launches that one low.
Defensively, it'll be number 11, Hannah Calloway, entering for number 1, Kaylee Wilson, the right fielder.
So Calloway standing out in right field. Steinmeier finds his own. 1-1 count. Hannah Booth, fielder's choice for her last time she was up. Reached on it. Steinmeier looking to set her down to lead off the top of the fourth. That one rolled towards the home dugout. It'll ricochet back into play, where Isley collects it and hands it back to her pitcher. Now 1-2 the count. Steinmeier puts the right foot back on the third base side of the rubber. Shifts the ball in the right hand. Gets ready to fire the 1-2 bullet. Here it is. On the ground, hard hit. Over to her right, or left rather, is Speaks, but it'll skip up the middle for a leadoff single.
Yeah, just a little bit too far away from Maddie Speaks to get a clean grab on that. Goes through, and it's a good single. Solid contact, and maybe some momentum for what was a side that was struggling, starting to spiral in that last half inning.
Yeah, Booth just able to make the right time of contact on it. Just bring it to the center. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner here. Can't see the number just yet. Steinmeier gets to the rubber. Sorry, we're trying to figure out numbers over here. Anna Chavez steps into the box. It'll be number 9 pinch runner on first base. First pitch to Chavez. Chavez is squaring a bunch right back to Steinmeier. Steinmeier looks 2, now flips over to 1.
Steinmeier almost got caught. She looked to second base, looked to first, and couldn't make her mind up, but made the right decision. Of course, you want to go for the player that is further, that is closest to scoring, but the pinch runner there was already made her way.
Yeah, good job to cover by Lowry, so it'll go 1-4. And advancing to second base is Booth, or rather, number 9 for the Regals.
Membrier, I believe that is the name.
Strike on the outer half. Abby Strong now down 0-1.
Membrier at second, showing just giving a lot of space towards third. Just looks like she's very speedy, so not something you want to give up, or else it might be a tie ball game.
1 pitch. Chopper on the ground over his Speaks. Speaks takes the easy out at first base. And advancing all the way to third base is
Membrier.
Thank you, Chloe.
Of course. I do what I can.
2 down now. That'll bring up Reagan Laberscher.
Now adding number 15 to Reagan Laberscher.
So, really good job by Steinmeier to get back-to-back groundouts, albeit one of them on the sacrifice. But now, that eliminates the key man of the inning, and it forces the Regals to make a play of some sort here, whether it be a hit or trying to crash in on a wild pitch, anything like that. Laberscher takes outside, ball 1.
Anything here, you'll take it. A ground out, a pop up, a fly.
This one sent foul and even up the count.
Just want to make sure this ball does not go in play.
Nothing dangerous in play, we hope.
One thing we've already seen, Membrier is gone from first, second, over the third. She's very fast. Already seeing an aggressive approach from the Cal-Lu head coaches for good reason.
That one gets loose, and this is exactly why Membrier's in this game. She slides home, and we're tied.
So quickly gets from third to first. I think Membrier maybe got into the headspace of Steinmeier because just lost the grip on that pitch a little bit too early.
So Membrier scores on the wild pitch. Laberscher now stands at a hitter's count of 2-1. But still got a batter in front of you, Steinmeier. Set her down. Give your offense another opportunity. This one hit on a line to left field, but right in line with Votava. So Steinmeier allows one on the wild pitch, but none left for the Regals. Everything else a 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Piedmont Softball on YouTube. Welcome back to the WAC. Lions now tied with the Regals after the Regals tied it in the top half of the 4th inning. Looking to retake it. You got 9-1-2 due up for the Lady Lions, starting off with Kennedy Votava. Reached on an infield single her last time up.
Votava, a junior here at Piedmont, really got going last year in her sophomore year. Looking to continue doing pretty well here for the Lions.
And after that very well put together inning against Flincham last inning, Chloe, what are you looking for the Lions to improve in their approach here?
I mean,
just outside for
just
ball 1.
Do more of the same. They started having a lot of success when they went to that small ball approach that they've done so well over the last few years. Need to go back to small ball, maybe find a way to get Votava on first base. She's got some speed, can make her way to second, or maybe even put in a pinch runner. Find a way to get back to that small ball approach because it was starting to kill the Regals. They only entered that small ball approach about halfway through the last inning.
We're going to get back into that state of mind. 1-1 pitch on the way from Flincham. This one's sent right back to her. Nothing but instinct there.
What a catch.
Can't really do nothing but just shake your head at that.
What a catch. Wow, Flincham was ready for that one. Good hit, good contact, but just unlucky.
So we go back to the top lineup. Here's Maddie Speaks. Hasn't really had a game so far. Just over 2 with a couple of ground outs, so looking to improve upon that. Nerva hitting right behind in the lineup. Both of them combined 0 for 4 at the moment. Look at a kickstart. A rally here with one away as one strike is delivered to Speaks, courtesy of Flincham.
Speaks needs to find a way to get on base here. But the 0-2 will make that a little bit difficult.
She's been rather free swinging in this game, as has the rest of the Lions lineup. She climbs back into left-handed batter's box. Gets ready to face an 0-2 count. Flincham deals. Just outside. Great eye by Speaks. There is a wide open gap in right center field. If Speaks is able to get it over the second baseman Desmond's head, that ball's going to roll for a minute. Instead, it's a ground ball over the shortstop Strong, who flings it over to Waters, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, just unable to turn her hips enough and get that ball into that right center gap you were talking about. It was wide open, but it's always going to be a tough when a left-handed hitter is going to try and go to the same side.
Harley Nerva stands in, 0 for 2. Ground out to the pitcher, and a Herculean play, really. That one's rolled right over to Vargas. 1 pitch out, and the sides are tired. So Lions go down very quickly here in the bottom of the 4th. No answer from them. We go to the top half of the 5th inning, still tied at 2-2. You're watching Piedmont Athletics on YouTube.
Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Brooke Desmet up to bat. Last time she flew out to the center fielder. And she'll go up against Megan Steinmeier once more. Goes right down the middle for strike 1.
Would love to see Steinmeier come out a little aggressive here. See if you can just pound that strike zone and get a couple of quick counts in her favor.
Yeah, had a lot of balls, a lot of risers, trying to get that riser inside the strike zone, but instead it's just going up way high, as we see there for 1-1. Desmet has also had a reach, so see if she can get herself on bases this time around. The 1-1 pitch, inside low, called ball for the 2-1. Starting to see that shade creep up just a little bit more as it's just past 5 o'clock now. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to read the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if the dugout shadow is going to completely get in front of the lane between the pitcher and the catch, or the pitcher and the batter, but it is covering a little bit. And since Steinmeier is right-handed, there is a little bit of that ball getting doused in shadow as it comes closer.
Just something to keep an eye on as we deliver the 3-1. Goes for a 5-pitch walk. So Desmet will go on the walk it'll be Reina Perez to step up next. The center fielder is put out in a 6-3.
Number 27, Reina Perez.
Lefty with one on the pads. No outs yet. See the delivery here.
Green's calling
She takes some time. There'll be a discussion with the umpire, probably just wondering a little bit about that strike zone. So finally, the first pitch of the at-bat goes bunt, but flies back towards us, and our stat man, also women's soccer head coach Timmy McCormick, almost flew out of his chair. Coach McCormick lost his mind the way that ball was flying back towards us. 0-1 goes for the bunt again. A great bunt, but will reach all the way over, and this catches Perez in a pickle. Or Desmet in a pickle is called safe at second. And oh, that is tight.
That is a very, very, very close play. But what an incredible play by the Lions to get that out at first base. Lowry goes over to cover. Isley comes in to protect that bunt and fires over. So able to get at least one out there is super important, even if that runner at second is going to remain safe.
So they're seeing some words against the umpire.
Yeah, Coach Martin did not look too pleased with that call.
Yeah, a little tight, but Reina Perez registers out on the fielder's choice. So now, a sacrifice out there. So Olivia Vargas steps up, had an RBI single with a reach in her first at-bat, but last time she was out, got put out in a 4-3. Shows bunt. Was actually, Calvin Lew's been showing bunt all game long, Eric, and we've been saying, oh, it's never going to happen, but that was a successful bunt we just saw.
They decided to move it over since they want to use that second man in the lineup to get the leadoff person in scoring position so you can travel it to the big boppers in the middle of the lineup. They're going to continue to square to bunt. They're never going to move that top hand to the bunting position if you're in the 3-4-5 because they want to drive them home and get on base as well. They want to keep the merry-go-round spinning.
We'll see if they can get it spinning here. 2-0. That ball goes way high. 3-0 and trying to avoid a 4-pitch walk. The Steinmeier. Seeing the infielders behind the bags. They'll slowly approach. Called strike, 3-1. Hitters count here with one on second. Wouldn't be surprised to see an attempt here. Maybe not going yard, but maybe just trying to send a second base runner home. We'll see now. Goes low. And it'll be a 5-pitch walk. Starting to struggle a little bit is Steinmeier.
Yep.
72 pitches now.
It's her third free pass of the game, and 2 of them coming in this inning.
We'll see a pinch runner. It's going to be number 4 stepping in. That'll be Cortez, the freshman, coming in for Vargas. As we'll see a conversation inside the circle. Steinmeier just needing some words. It'll be Isley, Taylor, and Green stepping up and just saying, "Hey, let's cool things down a little bit."
Yeah, I would love to see Steinmeier come out of this huddle and just really try to pound that bottom of the strike zone. It really established that you are going to attack down there. You might get a couple more favorable calls, but right now, the missing top, bottom, left, right, you just have to find a home where you're going to be able to get consistent strikes because getting beat on free passes is...
And we will see a pitching change. So Steinmeier will step out. Just a switch, actually. Just a switch. It'll be who was originally listed as the starter, but is now just the flex player. It'll be Logan Hawkins stepping in, the right-handed pitcher. See what she can do here. A necessary change in my eyes, Eric.
Yeah. I do like this change. Hawkins just is going to take over and have a fresher arm than Steinmeier. is going to have at this moment. And in a situation where you're in a tie ball game, you're in the top of the fifth. This is a very crucial point in the ball game. You need to bring in somebody who is going to be able to locate the zone with efficiency, and is going to, at the very least, give you a chance to strand both of those, if not both of those runners.
Yeah, we've yet to see Logan Hawkins this season in 2024. Transferred in, and see her deliver some of these pitches. Trying to figure out what she likes. Was in and around the zone. Some of them strikes, some of them just outside. So Jessica Waters now stepping up. 1 out, 2 on the pads. 1 first, 1 second. And we'll see Hawkins deliver her first pitch. Goes way outside. Looks like she just held on to it for a little bit too long. But certainly had some speed on it. 1-0 pitch.
You love to have speed in this situation. Velocity is a rally killer.
And slaps it, but slaps it foul. A lot of speed on this pitch. Interesting to see how she will work with Green behind the plate. As I've said prior, Coach Martin likes to have a lot of duos. So it won't just be one catcher and a bunch of pitchers. So we see that one go inside for 2-1. This looks like this will be one of the duos that he's either testing out or we will definitely see throughout the rest of the season. Still got a lot of time before we go into conference play, but it means a lot of time for you to figure out what works, what doesn't. And it's games like these, especially against great opponents like the Regals, as that one goes inside, 3-1 count. It's games like these where you can really test what works, what doesn't.
Yeah, Hawkins has to find the strike zone on this one. Even if you lay it fat, you have to give an opportunity for your fielders to make a play. Cannot walk the bases loaded here.
Big pitch here. And that one goes just a little bit high. And that will put all the ducks on the pond. So it'll be...
You have a pinch hitter.
We do have a pinch hitter.
Or rather a replacement for the DP of Danny Diaz. Going to be number 12.
The sophomore Edwards pinch hitting for Diaz. Diaz was walked and put out in a 5-3. So just something new. Wonder if...
And this shows that the Regals are really going for the killing blow at this moment in time. If you're Logan Hawkins, you got to have your A++ stuff for this batter.
Yeah, I want to see the speed, but you have to see the speed inside the strike zone, or else it'll just be walk after walk after walk.
Convincing.
Mm-hmm. So here is Edwards. In for Waters. And that will be called a strike outside. Good start for Hawkins. Even something popped up in the infield just to give you a little bit more cushion.
Mm-hmm. If you can get out of this situation with just allowing 1 run, I'd take that any day of the week.
Of course. Ball game still tied up 2-2 as that pitch is seen low for a 1-1. Can feel the temperature starting to rise here at the Walker Athletic Complex. Only game left in this long weekend. It goes and it's foul. Makes contact, but a little bit too low, and it goes behind 1-2.
And that's what I mean from Hawkins. If you can just get it close enough to be convincing, you're going to get swings and misses, or at least swings and fouls. Swings in general from the Regals. Give your fielders a chance here. And if not, if a swing and a miss, strikeout works as well.
Let's hope we get that swing and a miss here. 1-2 count. Gets the swing over to Speaks and feeds it. Oh, Speaks just didn't know what to do, and that ball will go all the way over. 2 runs come to score, and it will be an out at second. A lot went down there, but that does see the Regals take the lead.
That is a tough call to make from Speaks. She got the ball, immediately tried to gun to third. In that situation, you always want to take the easier out at first base, even if that run is going to come home. 2 runs are going to come here and multiple advances on the base pass, but you're able to get the out at second, and that's really important in this situation, that out is recorded and you're at 2 now.
You're exactly right. Just think we saw Speaks overthinking a little bit. Some of that maybe freshman inexperience coming into play, but the 5th year, Caitlin Isley went over and talked to her and just calmed her down a little bit, say, hey, it's all right. Everyone makes mistakes. We just got to make up for it in the next half inning. Any positive there is that you did get at least 1 out there. This one goes back to Speaks, and it will fly over to first base. And although she didn't make the cleanest of grabs, she does make better, and they only go down 2. Frustrating one there, but one that they can get past. Now to the home half. Will the Lions come back? Make sure you stay tuned to find out. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics. Peanut University Athletics on YouTube, you know. And Lions go into a 2-run deficit after that last half inning. But if there's anyone you want to start off a rally back, it's this woman right here, Kara Taylor, 2 for 2 so far with 2 singles, going up against Flincham once more, who's still in the game with 75 pitches to her name. Sees that first pitch ball. Sees the second one now. Goes outside for ball 2.
I don't really want to see a huge change in the Lions' approach here. I liked where they were swinging a couple innings ago. They were making really good contact against Flincham, but you can't let that last half inning live in your head. You have to go out there, not trying to play hero, not trying to change the game in one single swing. You just got to go out there and continue to play your game. And of course, you know you're playing behind. You need to catch up. But also, you cannot let that live too big in your head.
Need to have the memory of a goldfish, as we see a large swing, large miss there for a 2-2. In the words of Ted Lasso, be a goldfish here. So the 2-2 pitch. We'll see if Kara Taylor will take this one full. Good battle here. She's stepping out, looking like she wants to swing, but just it's important to be smart here. Of course, you want to get that big homer or that big ball to get you to second, or you can take a walk too, and that's exactly what she'll do. Good stuff from Kara Taylor. Brings up Caitlin Isley to the plate.
Any way you can get on base.
Batting number 2, the third baseman, Caitlin Isley.
Seeing just saw Taylor and now seeing Isley, some upperclassmen leaders. It's a good round out of order to come up in a time like this.
Yep.
Isley steps up. Man on. Looks like the Regal corners are expecting a bunt. And that's a rough swing.
Yeah, Isley wanted to send that one in left center field, but just tailed away from the end of her bat at the end.
Oh, 1. See, this pitch is going low. It's the second pitch we've seen low. Evens up the count at 1. Need to go back to that small ball approach. Find the gaps, get them through. Here's the 1-1. Makes contact, foul, 1-2. She's swinging hard.
Yeah. Just got to make sure you're going to continue to make contact when you swing like that. And Taylor at first base needs to be heads up here. Needs to continue to get that good lead every time that pitch is thrown because you cannot ground into a double play here.
We'll see, it goes up high, and it will be the shortstop to grab that one. Kara Taylor quickly back to first, but that brings the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 26, Megan Steinmeier.
So it's popped up to shortstop, and Steinmeier steps up. Last time out, got an RBI single. Would take one of those right about now.
Yeah.
1 out. Steinmeier still in the batting order, but taken out of the circle defensively. Has batted very well in her first 2 games here. He takes that first 1 ball. Jasmine Lowry on deck, who had an RBI double her last time out. Just need to avoid double play here. Goes low once more is Flincham. She looks a little frustrated with that call. .20 pitch. A lot riding in this inning. And that makes contact over to the shortstop. Will be rough out.
Yeah.
Looked almost like...
Had to make sure that Waters kept the foot on the bag there.
Yeah,
that was a hit and run call by the Lions as Taylor was off with movement, and there was going to be a swing by Steinmeier. So luckily they avoided double play, but now you got a runner on second base with 2 down.
Yeah, they do get the fielder's choice there. It does advance Kara Taylor. Jasmine Lowry in now.
Also
Hard
had an
swing and a
RBI
miss.
Single last time up.
Here is that 1-1. Makes contact. Solid contact, but a little bit late. 1-2 now. 2 out. It's not the end of the world if you don't find anything here, but can start to feel the game slip away if you do. Makes contact that goes up high, and it looks like it'll fall. It will. That'll bring one run in to half the deficit. So it'll be another RBI single for Jasmine Lowry. Kara Taylor steps over the plate. So now 4-3 ball game.
Love the nickel and dime approach.
Now batting number 8, catcher Jordan Green.
Jordan Green walked her last time out. In her first at-bat, had a standing double. Her only registered at-bat of the game so far. I think we would take a standing double here.
I'll take a standing double.
I would love a standing double, personally.
Absolutely.
Standing doubles are nice.
How can you not love a standing double?
I mean, we'll see the attempt at a steal. And the ball just waning a little bit to the right. Made me nervous a little bit that she was going to grab it and tag her. But
well, really good play by Strong as that throw was way off the line.
yeah, good play there. We see a runner now in scoring position. Maybe some 2-out magic here. We are next to the milk jug. Maybe some of that milk jug magic will find its way over here as that ball swings out foul for the 1-1. 1-1. Flincham approaching 100 pitches here. Goes chopped over, sliced it though. Not enough contact. Not enough contact, but does half the deficit. You get something out of it, so you got a little bit more time. That's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 run left on base. We'll go to the top of the 6th now. It'll be Hawkins back on the circle. Make sure you stay with us and see if your Piedmont Lions come back. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.
Welcome back, everybody. Eric Evans alongside Chloe Spradlin. Leading off the Regals will be Anna Chavez versus Logan Hawkins.
One thing I'm noticing is that home dugout has officially taken over the path from the pitcher to the batter. That shade is going to be really, really something to struggle with.
Yep. Especially with Hawkins' increased velocity. The batter's definitely going to have to look out for that. Final line on Megan Steinmeier, 4 1/3 inning pitch, 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch on the way from Hawkins is taken for a strike. 1-1.
Need a strong outing here for Hawkins. Had a little bit of a shaky one when she entered, albeit not in the best scenario that she came into, but need something strong. That this is her inning and she has to command it.
Absolutely correct. I think command's going to be the key word here. The 1-2 is outside. Just lost control of that one there. It happens.
And with that one, I will never speak again.
Chloe, you might be the greatest offender of the commentator's curse today. So, Anna Chavez finds herself ahead in the count 2-1. Hawkins looking to fight back. Righty takes a step back and hurls. This one rolled over, but foul past the third base bag.
Take that foul every day of the week.
Oh, yeah. Because that foul counts as a strike, too. We're in the top of the 6th. Just 2 more frames left for the Lady Lions to stage a comeback. Currently, the deficit 4-3. Of course, you would love to see just maybe 1 frame, take the lead in the bottom of the 6th, then shut them out in the top of the 7th. 2-2 is outside, but you got to get there, though. So it'll be a full count on the way to Anna Chavez.
Something we're seeing from Hawkins is occasionally holding on to that ball a little bit too much, so that speedy ball that might go right into the center of the zone instead going way up high and instead just looping up.
That one rifled. That should be a foul ball. It will be. Kicked right off the chalk, but immediately took a left turn at the third base bag.
Have the lights officially turned on here, the Walker Athletic Complex. Not needed quite yet, but it's only a matter of time till the sun goes over or goes down beyond the trees here in Demers, Georgia.
It gets dark early. 3-2 is outside for ball 4. Now, head coach for the Regals coming over to talk with the home plate umpire. I think this might be another pinch runner. Will be. Pinch runner, I think it's going to be number 20.
Number 20 will be... There's not a 20 on the roster, so... Still struggling to see the back of that jersey, so give us one moment as we try and
It is a
confirm.
0 number, so the other 0 number on there would be Collins.
It is Nadia Collins. That is, in fact, Nadia Collins. She was the leadoff man yesterday against the Lions, and she struggled at bat. She certainly got a lot of speed on the pads.
So Chavez taking down in favor of Collins at first base. Abby Strong at the plate. First pitch on the way to her from Hawkins. She squares to bunt. It goes right over to Lowry at first, who's covering the bag for Buddy Taylor. And there's one away. Sacrifice bunt works for the Regals. Regals pulling the Lions offense, Chloe.
Yeah, I mean, small ball's been the way to go today. That's where we've seen success for the most part, at least on the Lions side. And looks like the Regals starting to take a page out of Coach Martin's book. He's so smart.
Reagan Laubischer up now.
He's so smart, his game plan works against both teams.
0 for 2 so far with a strikeout. That's down and in. Good block by Green.
It's great awareness by Green to quickly get up. As we've seen how quick Nadia Collins is. Making her way from second to third would be devastating for the Lions.
Laubischer squaring here. And that one's all the way to the backstop by Hawkins. And Collins is going to get a free pass to go to third.
Yeah, I've been really, really messing up with that commentator's curse. I have been struggling today with that curse.
So, dangerous runner now on third. That's a huge insurance run for the Regals. And a dangerous count against Laubischer. Hawkins looking to lock in here. Turns back and twirls one. That's going to be foul, so she nets a strike, 2-1.
Does the classic Regal show bunt and then absolutely hammer it. Lions get a little bit lucky. That goes out foul. But expect that a couple more times. Not the first time she's gone foul over on that left-hand side. Maybe if any of them pop up, we can get a free out there.
Hawkins readies, deals to Green, 2-1 is inside. Good job by Green to scoop that out of the dirt, but now the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Yeah. Home plate umpire correcting her ball strike count. 3-1, got her swinging at it. Strike 2.
Good swing. If you're Hawkins, that's a strong swing and miss. If we can get another one of those, I think that'll really help Hawkins inside the circle, trying to get up a little bit more confidence in her pitches. Has had the velocity.
Full count pitch will have to be done once more, as that one's sent toward the home dugout.
Only thing with the velocity is whenever they swing that bat, if they make contact,
it's going to go far.
It's going to go flying.
Don't need that to happen, though. Just sneak right past that barrel. 3-2 pitch on the way. Rolled foul once more, and we'll tee it up again.
Laubischer having a really strong at-bat here against Hawkins. This feels like it could make or break the game for either side if Laubischer is able to bat home Collins or if Hawkins is able to shut the door.
That one is ball 4. but good job by Green to block it up enough to where Collins will stay put at third. So runners on the corners now with one away. So we travel to the top of the lineup. Brooke Desmet. She is one for two. There we go. Led off the ball game with a single against Steinmeier. Lions would love a hard-hit ground ball to Lowry or Speaks right now. That one's away. Green watching runner at first, now Lobisher. That middle of the infield still very wide open. One can easily sneak through. Hawkins looking in here. Kicks back and fires, and it's low. Green thought about snapping down to second base, but that throw would have forced Collins to charge down the third base line. So, taking second base on it is Lobisher.
And something there, it's not as important to go for that second base throw. It's actually pretty not bad that they decided not to, because that would have just had Nadia Collins running in to home plate.
That's in the dirt, blocked up by Green, but it gets past her. Good job to collect it quickly, though. Collins has had to hold steady at third base. There's been a lot of close calls as Hawkins has a brief moment with a catcher.
Yeah, it's been some smart base running from Nadia Collins, as we see.
And Coach Martin comes out with a lineup card in hand. We'll see if this is pitching change. It looks like it is going to be.
It's going to be number 29. That'll be Carly Forrester, the junior right-handed pitcher, looking to step in, relieve Logan Hawkins, who's not been on the same page with her catcher. And that will be the end of the line for Hawkins.
So Hawkins departs, stranding a pair on, and she'll leave it to Carly Forrester to clean up the mess. We'll take a brief break here as Forrester warms up. You're watching Piedmont Softball on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. Brooke Desmet will be the batter, but new pitcher, Carly Forrester, set to take over. Logan Hawkins departs. Two runners in scoring position. Tough spot in this ball game, a 2-1 count.
Forrester needing to be as cold as ice here, entering a really, really tough spot, like you said, Eric. 2-2 count now. 1 out and 2 speedy players on the bases, both in scoring position. Like I said prior, this at-bat could make or break the game.
Forrester gets the ball right back, loses it momentarily, and a bounce throw over. It's going to be an error on Forrester as Taylor can't handle it. Ball bounced and rolled right past Kara Taylor. Run comes home to score. Now 5-3 as down at second base on E1 is Brooke Desmet.
Wow, and shocking there. Just something that we thought would be so routine, maybe just jitters or getting to the game, not having a proper warm-up maybe, but Forrester giving up a run there. Still not impossible for the Lions to come back, but it's just become a heck of a lot more difficult.
Pinch hitter for the Regals is going to be number 11,
That's Hannah Calloway, or pardon me, that is not Hannah Calloway, that's Blank, the senior right-handed batter.
So Forrester, gotta get it out here. Gotta get 2. First pitch of the sequence misses down below the knees. It's Blank.
In the amount of pitching changes and talks we've seen between coaches and pitchers, it just shows this is more than just a preseason game. It's more than just an opening tournament. This is a game that both teams really are wanting to win here.
There's a strike. Forrester deals, and it's outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike count on Blank. Carly goes back to the mitt and fires through, rolled foul, and it'll be 2 strikes. Really big moment here. Regals trying to add on. The Lions looking to keep it a 3-run deficit. Forrest, the 2-1. It's sent to center field. That's going to score at least 1. Uplet is Nerva. She drops it now. 2 are home. And it's a 2 RBI single for Blank, making it 7-3 now.
And what a game that once was extremely manageable to come back. They came into this inning, the Lions, only down 1, now find themselves down by way more than 1, down by 4, I believe. So it's a tough break for the Lions. Of course, it's doable. They can come back. We saw them almost do it yesterday against MSJ, but it's become way more difficult now.
You certainly can come back. This is number 23, Olivia Vargas. It looks like another pinch runner for the Regals. 20-something.
We're struggling to see that number. We'll try and...
Reina Perez back in. So it's 27 back into the game. Blank was just used for a swing. Forrester trying to find a way out of this inning. Needs 2 outs. Slow one up there. Not called a strike, though. Looked pretty good from up here. Vargas is 1 for 2. RBI single for her first time up, then a ground out and a walk. Big rip there, and she'll roll it foul. 1-1. Lions unable to overcome walks and errors in this inning, as that has really stung them.
Yeah, it's something we saw yesterday, too, against MSJ. They had a solid lead over MSJ going into the top of the 6th, and then all of a sudden it just imploded. A bunch of errors that gave up 4 unearned runs, and we're starting to see some of the same today.
1-1 is on the outer half, called a strike. So Vargas now in a 1-2 as Forrester goes back to the circle and adjusts the game plan. Perez over at first base. Just barely did Vargas hold up on that one, but she did indeed, making it 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not seeing that speed that we saw once with Hawkins, but these risers and floaters that are coming up are just not coming up Millhouse for the Regals.
This one's sent on the ground, hard hit, skips right past the glove of Lowry. Everyone plays station to station. That one did not have any hop at all. And the Regals continue the hit parade. 2 on with 1 down still. And then here comes Jessica Waters.
Jessica Waters, a type of batter that can really punish you. Had a couple home runs yesterday, and a home run here.
Home run here might bury you.
Might just kill you, put the final dagger in your heart.
Wouldn't be the mercy rule, as it would only be 10-3 at that moment. And she certainly took it like she wanted to hit it over left field wall, but it'll just be a strike instead. Forrester waiting for Waters to climb back into the box. Carly gets the signal. Kicks back and deals. This one's slashed now towards the right side of the field.
And she's hammering this one. She's trying to get it. She's hitting a little early, a little late, a little over, a little bit of the over the
She
under.
has one thing in mind, is to make this ball visit the hitting facility.
She wants to send this one to the milk jug over top
Somewhere
right field.
that's not here. But she's down 0-2. Forrester trying to set her down. Good waist pitch, high and away, seeing if she could change the eye level or get a swing. Ball and 2 strikes. High pop-up, right field, Wilson tracking it, able to make the grab. Thought about going, did Perez, but no dice there. Excuse me, that's not Wilson, that's Callaway out there, defensive replacement.
And that's a really good grab from Callaway out there. As you can see now, mostly all covered up in shade is the field now, but there's one little sliver of sun, and it just happens to be right where Callaway had to catch the ball. So good eye on Callaway to keep one and make sure that one hits in the glove.
Now 2 away. That'll bring up Edwards. Takes a ball low and away. Forrester needs an out to escape this inning. It has not been one for the Lions to remember. They entered down 4-3. 3 runs have come across since then. And now they need 4 runs to tie going into the bottom of the 6th. 2-0. Take in for a strike on the inner half. As Forrester tries to climb back into the count, it's 2-1.
Nice floater in there that just freezes the batter.
That one's sent out of play. So now an even count. Forrester wheels back and fires. Just a touch outside.
And a lot of the fans here thought that one was done, but that was just outside.
So that'll fill up the count. 2 on, and 2 down. They'll get a lead. 3-2 coming from Forrester. This one's sent to center field to lay down for a base hit. One's going to score. It's tripped up in center by Nerva. Advancing to third base is the runner, and advancing to second base is Edwards as she slides in safely.
And it's gone from bad to worse for the Lions.
You're a strike away from getting out of it. And this one just looped into center field. Now 8-3. 5-run deficit. And that brings up right Hannah Booth, who is winning run mercy rule wise. And Coach Trey Martin out with a lineup card. And I think this is going to be it for Carly Forrester.
That's tough luck for the Lions. This is the second pitching change we're seeing this inning. Third we've seen in the last 2.
It's just not gone the way the Lions hoped it would in this top half of the 6th inning. And there is the pitching change. So Forrester will depart. Coming into the game, number 23, that's Summer McCrane. And she will begin her warm-up tosses. Let her complete that. Gather our thoughts back here. You're watching Piedmont Softball on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont Athletics on YouTube.
Now the plate number, Hannah Booth.
New pitcher, Summer McCraney, freshman. And Chloe, you saw something when she was warming up.
Yeah, she's got a lot of speed on it, but not just any sort of speed. She can speed it high with the riser, or she can do that, speed it right down the middle. Needed some speed. We had the speed with Hawkins earlier, but she wasn't really able to locate much of her pitches. Maybe we'll get something here, specifically get us out.
That one's down in the dirt, even it up at 1-1.
McCraney's a freshman here at Piedmont. It's her first time getting in any sort of action, and what a time to get that action at a time where the Lions really need it most.
There's a strike call.
One more would be
Need this right now.
very necessary, would omit any sort of run ruling we'd see in the next half inning. Specifically, it'd give a freshman like McCraney a lot of confidence to come in here and shut something down.
1-2 pitch on the way from McCraney. On the ground, it's going to go to Lowry, who goes to her knees. It escapes past her into right field, where Callaway has to throw it in. One more comes home to score. Now 9-3.
And that's just been killer not just all day long, but all weekend long. Is just little errors in the infield or in the outfield that, take routine plays that can get you out of innings and instead just extend them even longer.
So, Anna Chavez stands in. And she's being re-entered in the ball game. And now the Regals have officially batted around here in the 6th.
Batted around, went against two separate pitchers. 4 in the game now. Not what you want to see if you're Coach Terry Martin.
Re-entering is number 26, Hannah Chavez.
So, gotta find any way possible to get out of this. She did get the ground ball she needed there. Lowry just unable to make a real tough play. Not taking any days off as Chavez, as she takes a big swing at that one. Luckily, it's sending its way back towards the woods. Foul for strike 1.
McCraney was so close to getting out of that one. Just routine play goes awry for Lowry.
That one's in the dirt. Good block up by Green. Just needs to throw that ball right back to McCraney and let her work again.
Looks like that's the one pitch that McCraney's been struggling with. The one where she tries to hit it low with speed. It's just going a little bit too much into the zone. But that high riser with speed and that one central is working well for her.
The 1-1 is taken for strike 2.
And there's that pitch right down the middle. Rose up just a little bit, but mostly center.
McCraney a pitch away once more. She wheels back and fires. Off the hands and foul. So we'll do it all again. Two on, 2 down, and a 1-2 to count. McCraney fires, and it's low, 2-2. Deuces go out, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count.
Deuces are wild, but no one's feeling as wild as those deuces are. Maybe if you're Cal Lou, you're feeling mighty fine, but it's been a rough one. This could end it.
McCraney looking for it, couldn't find it. It's 3-2. Down at first base, Booth is going to get a head start. Can't miss with this right here. Even if you groove it over the heart of the plate, at least you put it there. 3-2. Big swing and a miss. McCraney gets out of it. But a huge inning for the Regals as they make 5 across the plate. The Lions have a lot of work to do in the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-3. You're watching Piedmont Softball on YouTube.
For Piedmont in the 6th, number 11, the right fielder, Hannah Calloway.
Hannah Calloway leading us off here. First pitch to her, stays upstairs. Fincham still in this game as she looks to go the whole 9. No, not the whole 9, but the whole 7. She's quickly down 2-0 to Kennedy.
Lions have a lot of work to do here. I think the only thing you're really saying is, if they can do it to us, surely we can do it to them.
Mm-hmm. That one missed outside 3-0. You most certainly can't get them all back in this inning. You can, but most likely not. You can't get them all back here. But maybe if you put a 3 spot here, things get a lot easier in the bottom of the 7th. 3 balls to Callaway, and it's a 4th wide one. So Callaway's going to reach here, lead us off.
That brings up Rotava, who's had a single, lined out to the pitcher last time out, and an incredible catch by Flincham. But Flincham now has got to be feeling, of course I just walked someone. You don't want to do it. You want to end the game as soon as possible. But Flincham thinking, she can probably try out a couple things here that maybe haven't been working for her before.
Right, but also Flincham just sat about 20 minutes on the bench. That arm might be ice. See how she looks at Katava here. That is missed, so that's 5 in a row, and I think Flincham a little upset with that call. She thought it was right there. Flincham takes a deep breath in the circle, now deals. Running is Callaway. Throw down to second base is going to be not in time. It's a stolen bag.
Great stolen base by Callaway. Quickly gets up and now finds herself in scoring position. So we'll see a conversation from the head coach to Flincham.
I think she's just going out here to ask if she's all good. She's having a small strategy meeting between her and Booth. Batava in a really good hitter's count. That's 6 in a row that has been thrown by Flincham.
Something you mentioned, you said Flincham might be a little bit cold, but of course, other than the times everyone in the outfield or everyone on the field went into hit, they probably feeling a little bit cold too. Start to see a couple of players in the outfield doing a little dance, doing some miniature jumping jacks to try and stay warm. It's officially 6 o'clock here in Demorest, GA, and 6 o'clock in wintertime. It's pretty cold. And it's starting to feel that a little bit in the outfield.
That sun is about to sink really fast, too.
That's something the Lions can take advantage of. See how warm are you? You obviously weren't warming up inside of your own dugout, so maybe some action there.
Yeah. Finally a strike here from Flincham. 2-1. Next offering is outside, maybe on a different planet. Now 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way, and forced to fight now is Vitava as she sends that one towards the home dugout. Runner in scoring position, 2-2. This one a little chopper over to Vargas. Vargas going to take the long throw over to first. That was a real close play. Vitava making a bang-bang down there, but she will be ruled out. Advancing to third on the play is Callaway.
Yeah, I thought that one was a little tight. You saw the first base coach call that one, say that one was safe, but instead.
Is number 9, Lindsay Partlow.
So Lindsay Partlow
getting the at-bat here over Speaks.
Lindsay Partlow had quite the season last year. It's her first time we're seeing her. A little shocking it took this long, but I'm excited to see Partlow show up. She was phenomenal for the Lions last year. Goes in for Speaks, who's 0 for 3 on the day.
So as you said, Speaks' day is done. 0 for 3. 3 ground outs for her. Partlow looking to change some things around. See if you can't start chipping away at this. Low and inside for ball 1. Flincham, long pause, now fires, and this one also on the inner half, ball number 2.
Flincham really struggling to connect that low in the zone pitch with Booth. Might try for it again here.
2-0 pitch. Taking it low for ball 3 is Partlow. So now she's way ahead here. Hartley Nerva still due up next. .30 count. No reason to swing at it, but it is a strike. It's 3-1. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one skips away. It's going to be a walk. Here comes Callaway. She crosses the plate standing. 9-4.
How the turn tables. Maybe something could happen here. Still only 1 out.
Now batting number 10, the center fielder, Hartley Nerva.
So reaching at first base is Partlow. Here's Nerva. As that one misses 1-0. Nerva is 0 for 3. Couple ground outs and a pop out. Taken for a strike right at the knees. One on with one down. One already in here for the Lions. 1-1. On the ground, hard hit. Up with it is the shortstop, Strong. They'll try to fling it over to first base, but they'll hold on to it instead. So Strong flips to Desmond for 1. There's 2 down now. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Nerva. That'll bring up Kara Taylor.
Now batting number 31, the first baseman, Kara Taylor.
Kara Taylor 0 for 2 on the day with a walk as well. That's one player not quite in scoring position, but maybe she can get her into that position.
Taylor has had some good swings against Flincham here in this game. She takes strike one here. This one stripped into center field. That's going to lay down for a base hit. Rounding second and digging for third is Nerva. She's going to get in there standing. Also advancing on the throw is Taylor.
So she does get her into that position as we see Caitlin Isley step up. Isley not had a lot of success today, but if there's any time that we want to see her get that first hit in the outing, it's certainly now.
The third baseman, Caitlin Isley.
Yeah, 2-out single here would feed a lot of families. There's that one taken on the inner half, strike one. You got Nerva in third. Over at the top, you got Taylor at second. Isley puts this one. That's going to find its way into center field. Two are going to score. Just as I drew it up. Isley out at second base with a 2 RBI single. And there you go. You get 3 here. You open the door for yourself in the bottom of the 7th.
So that must have been the game plan of, if they can do it to us, we can certainly do it to them. And suddenly, as we'll see a pitching change here, the first change of the day for the Regals, it'll be Flincham stepping out, and we'll see number 2, Tepisano, the freshman right-handed pitcher, step in.
She'll complete her warm-ups right there. Lions trying to stage a late comeback. They now trail by just 3. It's 9-6 at the WAC. You're watching Piedmont Softball on YouTube. Here's Megan Steinmeier. They're going to drive home Taylor on second. Lions have launched themselves back into this ball game as that's a strike on the outer edge.
It's Tepisano entering for the first time in her career, the freshman, inside the circle.
That one outside. So now even count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Lions out of nowhere just started putting things together. Had 2 down. Callaway led off the inning, was able to come around on a wild pitch. Then you put 2 pieces on base, and Kara Taylor able to drop 1 for a double. Then you had Caitlin Isley come through at a big spot.
And it wasn't just the hitting that the Lions were successful on, it was the aggressive base running with head coach Terry Martin sending everyone through. And now it's only a 3-run deficit, something that's far more manageable than before.
And Steinmeier swings and misses that one. Strands runner out in scoring position. But the Lions, they are not out of this ball game. They trail by 3. Go to the top half of the 7th inning. 9-6 your score. Lions looking to hold them where they are. You're watching Piedmont Athletics Softball on YouTube.
and win this game. And you want to know why, Eric? You know?
Why is that?
Because Riley Ford, who pitched the entirety of the last game versus MSJ and the entirety of yesterday's game against Cal Luth, is now back in the game.
This is putting the chips in.
This is stunning. This is the 5th pitcher we've seen for the Lions. Summer McCraney, the freshman, had a decent showing, especially her first time ever inside the circle. Riley Ford over there somewhere. Stick her in.
Down there somewhere.
Riley Ford has shown that she's one of the premier pitchers for the Lions this year, as that ball is, so close to being caught by Kara Taylor, but just a little bit too close to the fence. Still counts as a strike. Unfortunately, won't be an out, but 1-1. Now, Ford delivers once more, and that will go inside. It's Abby Strong who's receiving these pitches from Ford. Interesting to see Riley Ford coming in for her 3rd game this weekend. Wonder if there's any fatigue that'll come into play, if there's any ice here. Also, typically, not her catcher is Green, who's also behind the plate. So, a lot of things to take note of here, but certainly is an aggressive approach from Coach Terry Martin. The 2-1 pitch. That's a strike, 2-2. Just on the outside. 2-2 delivery is a hard swing and a miss. And if you want anything that'll give you some momentum in this half inning, it's that right there. Riley Ford, last game, who was struggling all game long with connecting with the strike zone.
And she found it on the final pitch of that game. She started finding it towards the latter half of that game. So what a time for her to find her strikeout pitch again in a game where the Lions have a real shot of coming back from the dead.
The pitch, a little low. According to my scientific research, I don't think Riley Ford has red blood cells. I think it's just ice cubes.
It's just ice in there, yeah.
It's just ice.
Exactly.
The 1-0 pitch. That one's called just a little bit inside for 2-0. Doing the classic showing bunt, but going for the hard swing, as we'll see a strike there, 2-1. We're starting to hear the Lions fans get a little louder, trying to rally their team through to what was once thought as an improbable victory. 2-1 pitch goes outside, 3-1 hitters count.
Ford can't be too fine here. Can't try to aim a pitch. Sometimes you just got to use that natural talent given to you.
Lobisher to receive. The 3-1 that goes up high to center field. And barely any movement for Nervo to catch the second out. So pop out to center field brings us back to the top of the order. Brooke Desmond, who's reached, had a similar fly out to center field and walked. With only 2 outs here, could go 1-2-3. That one's called strike, 0-1. Starting to see the Lions get a little bit cold. That's a good swing. Riley Ford inches away from sending her team to the bottom of the 7th. Lions trying to stay warm in the outfield. Be ready for anything to happen. And swing and a miss. Riley Ford, if you ever need someone to get you out of a jam, call Riley Ford. She'll do whatever you need. Wonderful stuff from Riley Ford. It's no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. So 1-2-3 sends the Lions to prime time in the bottom of the 7th. So make sure you stay with us. Will the Lions win this one? Let's find out. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, and we may or may not have the comeback of the season on your hands right now. Bottom of the 7th, your Lions were trailing by quite a lot going into the last half inning, but were able to bring it back up, and then Riley Ford, cold as ice, stepped into her 3rd game of the tournament and delivered a 1-2-3 inning.
Like it was nothing either.
So now it's Jasmine Lowry inside the box with 1-1 count now, going against Tepasano, the freshman who stepped into the circle last inning. A 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Tried to get everything on that, but instead gets a whole lot of nothing. So 1-2, this will be the final inning. Unless we're at a tie ball game, we will go into extras. This one goes outside for a 2-2 count. Lowry's had a solid last 2 at-bats with a couple RBIs to her name, a double and a single. And it is Green stepping up next to bat. Full count first. Expect to see some more of that small ball approach us. This ball goes way over, finds that gap you've been talking about all game long, Eric, and it looks like it'll be a double, or unless we see some aggressive base running, which at first she looked like she was going to go all the way for a triple, but stays back for a double. Now it's Green stepping up to the plate.
Hear her roar down at second base. Lowry, an absolute seed out there.
It's the catcher, number 8.
That gap that you've been talking about all game long, Eric, I'm sure you feel a little warm inside knowing that you're
very
right.
Vindicated.
If any softball coaches or if any softball teams are hiring, my friend Eric would like a job. Green takes that 1-1-0. The runner in scoring position. The tying run on deck. Makes contact and it goes not quite through, but it will be a single. And so now the tying run is going to step up to the plate. It steps up in the name of Hannah Calloway.
Watch the bunt here. Calloway up there for one reason and one reason only, is that to get the runners over.
Still no out, so has a little bit of leeway to go more aggressive than she usually would here. So you see, first strike. So 0-1 the count. Goes for the bunt, but
Yeah, that's a tough decision there because that last pitch was not in the area code of the strike zone. So now you're having to do 0-2. We'll see if the bunt approach is still in full effect with Callaway. If you do lose Callaway to a strikeout, Batava is next.
And goes for a swing. It's almost like a check swing, but realized halfway through that she was over, so went for it. Just didn't get the strength that she needed into it. Now we're at the bottom of the order with 1 out. Kennedy Batava has a single to her name. Would love to add some RBIs to it as well. And on deck is Maddie Speaks once more. It was Lindsay Partlow who stepped in for her, but we'll see.
Umpire might have reservations somewhere.
So swinging K for Callaway brings up Otava. 0-1 the count now, who swung there. Tries to swing there, but we'll bring it to 0-2. So what was once no outs with 2 runners on base, it's now a little bit more stressful with 2 strikes, 2 and 1 out.
We've seen these Lions perform under 0-2 counts before. Really need it from Vatava right now.
Goes for the swing, and instead it will be a fielder's choice, and the runner at third will be called out. Maddie Speaks will step up to the plate now with 2 outs, and was there any time for some 2-out magic? It's right now.
Yep. Speaks, game on the line here. She's still the tying run.
Shortstop, number 24, Maddie Speaks.
Was Partlow who came in last inning, had an RBI with a reach, had replaced Speaks, but it's once again Speaks at the bat. Just takes that one strike outside. It was a close call, but it's 0-1. Nervo on deck if we make it there. It's called outside ball. Tepisano tried to go for that exact same location, but a little bit high and a little bit more wide than she got prior. 1-1. And that one, not called a strike.
Yeah, Speaks might have gotten away with one right there.
Yeah, it was close, but we'll take anything. It's a lifeline. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Goes 3-1 now.
Everyone held their breath collectively here after that outside because umpire has been partial to that area for whatever reason tonight.
We'll see if she's partial once more. 3-1 count. Gets a hand on it, gets a bat on it, and that'll bring in 1 runner at least. Will the runner to third make it? Yes, she will, and so that brings up the game-winning run in the name of Hartley Nervo.
This is such a big moment, but the job's not finished. You can be excited about Speaks' single, but that runner at third base does not matter, but the runner at second does. That's the only run that really matters right now. As long as you can get Speaks home, you still have a fighting chance in this ball game to actually win this. Of course, you want to keep the merry-go-round turning, but another ball in the gap is likely going to get both home. I would assume Speaks is going to be sent home with everything.
Expect some aggressive base running here from Coach Terry Martin. You've got nothing to lose right now. You're coming down from what was once 6. They were down by 6. Now only down by 2. Have to bring home Speaks. It's Nervo at the plate. Gets contact, tried to get everything on it, but just a little bit under, and it comes up for foul ball. 0-1.
You also got to remember right now if your abilities. If you want to pull that ball and you want to take it over the fence, you have to hit to your strength. If not, you have to go down to your approaches, go find a gap, find a corner, find somewhere where it is going to be extra bases. Goes outside, 1-1. It is Kara Taylor on deck if we make it there. It's not a team that goes yard often.
Don't expect it here, but expect some aggressive base running. Hard swing, called strike. 1-2, and the Lions down to the last lifeline.
You got to make it small here. You have to protect, but you also have to be selective. It's a very tough position to find yourself in as an athlete and as a softball player. But you got to remember your approach.
Hearts are pounding here at the Walker Athletic Complex, and you're noticing a lot of dad stances inside the... And it will be the final strike, and it will be the final blow to the Lions. Coach Terry Martin's unhappy with the call, but nothing he can do about it now, and it is Cal Lou who take this one 9-7 in what was a thrilling matchup. Your Lions just unable to complete the comeback.
Yeah, just dug themselves too deep of a hole there in the top of the sixth inning to eventually hop their way out of. They tried so hard, eventually getting 7 runs across on the board, getting 5 in the final 3 frames of the game, accumulating 12 hits across the game. But if you look at that extra column over there, 5 errors for the Lady Lions in this ball game. That really tells the story. The errors and walks really killed them in that top half of the sixth.
It certainly does, but that caps off a wonderful long weekend of athletics here at Piedmont University. Women's basketball, men's basketball, baseball, and softball all here at home. Lots of teams away. Want to send a congratulations to men's and women's swim for winning their conference tournament championships, and we will cap off what was a wonderful weekend here. Once again, my name is Chloe Spradlin. With me, Eric Edmondson, all a part of Danielle Percival's wonderful Piedmont University Athletic Communications staff. Make sure you join us next time. Stay up to date with Piedmont Athletics at PiedmontLions.com, and we'll have you tune in next time to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.